The power of accountability. Hi, I'm Coach Abby. Thank you so much for tuning in again to Love Advice TV. Love Advice TV is a channel that has been created uniquely for you to assist you in navigating through any relationship issues while simultaneously focusing on personal development. Today we're going to dive into the power of accountability during a breakup specifically, an often overlooked but crucial element that can help you move forward towards a healthy new start. We'll differentiate between accountability from apology. We'll talk about the importance of timing and focus on how new dialogue, rather than rehashing the past, can truly lay the groundwork for healing and understanding. So let's begin by understanding what we mean by accountability and why it matters in the aftermath of a breakup. Accountability in the context of a breakup means acknowledging your own role in the relationship dynamics that led to its end. It's about taking responsibility for your actions, for your behaviors and choices, whether they were hurtful, neglectful, or simply not conducive to the health of the relationship. But here's the important part. Accountability is different from an apology. Apologizing is often about expressing regret or asking for forgiveness, while accountability is basically about understanding your impact on the relationship and recognizing the lessons you've learned as a result of it. Now, accountability involves being honest with yourself and with your ex, but it also means owning your growth and progress post-breakup. So it's not just victimizing yourself, it's your growth. While apology and accountability may sound the same, it's really not. Apology focuses on expressing remorse and seeking forgiveness. It's often motivated by the desire to mend emotional wounds and rebuild trust. Accountability, however, isn't just about saying, I'm sorry. It's about acknowledging your mistakes, understanding the consequences, and using that understanding to grow. Now, accountability doesn't necessarily need a request for forgiveness, and it doesn't expect immediate reconciliation. It's about you. It's about you coming clean. During a breakup, an apology may be important, but can also be misguided if not backed by true accountability. If you're constantly apologizing without recognizing the patterns that led to the breakup, the apology may become repetitive and lose its meaning. So now let's talk about timing. So important. Accountability after a breakup can only have its full impact when delivered at the right time. It's essential to give both you and your ex the space necessary to process the breakup before any conversation happens. Trying to have an accountability conversation too soon can simply feel overwhelming, rushed, or insincere. So why is timing so important? Space allows reflection. After the breakup, both partners need to understand what happened. You have to process the emotions and reflect on what went wrong. This time apart helps clear the emotional fog. It prevents emotional overload. If you're too quick to bring up accountability, the emotions of the breakup like sadness, anger, resentfulness, it just may overshadow the conversation. Giving some space ensures both of you are in a clearer, calmer state to have a meaningful exchange. A good rule of thumb is to wait several weeks before attempting a conversation about accountability. You need to let the emotional tides settle. When it comes to discussing accountability, new dialogue is key. Instead of rehashing over and over everything that went wrong in the relationship, focus on moving forward, both in your personal growth and how you approach the future of your relationship with your partner. Here are some ways to shift the conversation. First and foremost, take ownership. Instead of saying, you always made me feel blah, 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 try something like, I don't know, I realize I reacted in ways that wasn't fair to you, And I see now how that affected us. Avoid blame conversations. Those should be avoided pointing fingers or assigning blame. It's not about criticizing your ex or yourself, but about understanding behaviors, accepting mistakes, and acknowledging how both contributed to the relationship's end. You need to focus on what you've learned. Acknowledge the ways you've grown from the experience. Share what you've learned about yourself and how you are evolving as a person and intend to continue evolving as a person always. This new dialogue shifts the focus from rehashing old negative memories to creating positive clarity, which helps prevent prolonged emotional entanglement and fosters emotional independence. Vulnerability is another power of element which is very essential to accountability during a breakup. It takes great courage to acknowledge your mistakes and openly share your feelings, especially when there's a risk of rejection or further hurt. But here's the thing, vulnerability in reality is strength. Embracing vulnerability means showing up as your authentic self, acknowledging your flaws, and being open about your emotional state. It also means accepting that while your willingness to be vulnerable may not change your ex's mind immediately, it plants the seeds of reflection that might influence their feeling later. Show courage by being vulnerable, expressing your feelings honestly. Say, hey, I care about you, and I realize I didn't always show it in the best way. Allow yourself to accept the uncertainty of what's going on. Acknowledge that your ex may not respond as you hope, but still stand firm in your willingness to be accountable. This shows emotional maturity and confidence. Leaving room for future growth, recognize that vulnerability might not bring about immediate change. However, being authentic helps create a foundation for possible healing, whether that means reconnection or simply personal growth, so necessary to reattract our exes. Remember, vulnerability isn't about manipulating or convincing your ex to change their mind. It's about being true to yourself and about offering them something real, the real you. Accountability and vulnerability after a breakup can feel risky. You may hope that your honesty and openness will bring about immediate change, whether that means rekindling the relationship or at least receiving closure. But sometimes we have to wait, and that's okay too. It's important to accept that your ex might not be immediately ready to change their mind about the breakup. They might still need time to process their own emotions, or they may have already decided that the relationship is not what they want for them. Whatever, we need to let them see that we respect their decision. It's about us coming clean. It is to lay the groundwork for self-healing and future clarity. With this process, what provides is an opportunity to grow and show your ex that you're capable of owning your actions, even if they don't instantly reciprocate. This, in turn, can create respect, understanding, and open doors for potential future dialogue. That's very, very important. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate really why vulnerability and accountability is a powerful and healing tool in the aftermath of a breakup. It allows you to take responsibility for your part, not to fix the past, but to grow and offer a clearer, more grounded approach to the future. Remember, timing is key here. Give space for reflection and approach the conversation with a new focus on new dialogue, not rehashing old wounds. And above all, have the courage to be vulnerable. Your accountability may not change your ex's mind immediately, but it does lay the groundwork for growth, both for you and for them. Please do not hesitate to book a session with me so that I may share my experience and guide you in the best line of approach with this sensitive and very time-based conversation with your ex. It's pivotal you get it as right as possible in that initial window of time after the breakup. Thank you once again for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on personal growth, relationships, and everything in between. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.